Hey everyone, and welcome to the All Elite Zone podcast on YouTube and Twitch. We are here for our WCW Nitro live reaction, episodes 19 and 20. Is that right? 19 and 20? Yeah, 19 and 20. Remember doing, can you see me all right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Just making sure. But yeah, we're doing 19 and 20 tonight. Last week we kind of messed up, so we're skipping one episode. Uh, but we're in the official year of 1996 at WCW. A lot more interesting things happened in this year, I believe.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
a few outsiders came in and destroyed the company. Well, not 96, but um, yeah, if you guys would like to watch on with us, you could watch on Peacock. If you don't have Peacock, I'm sure there's some website you can check it out at. Uh, but yeah, if you want to get started, you can. I'm going to restart my computer, see what's going on. Something's going on.
All right. Well, I'll press play whenever you're all set up.
All right.
Yeah, he's restarting his laptop, folks. Little technical difficulties. It happens. How's it going out there, David and Davis? Thanks for tuning in. Everybody that's coming in and watching with us, watching along with us, we appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. We're on different platforms. We're on YouTube, Twitter. Check out the Spotify, Podbean. We're all there doing big things. But yeah, we are. Well, this is actually, if you look inside your Nitro, I guess menu, it'll be season two, episodes 2 and 3. So in case anyone's confused, be season two, episodes 2 and 3. That's what we'll be watching tonight. And like I said before, Connor's having little technical difficulties. He had to restart his laptop. He'll be right with us, and as soon as he comes back, we'll press play. Ethan, good to have you with us, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, as soon as he gets back, we'll start. So let everybody gather up. Just by a chance, who's been watching Raw tonight? I just caught that Cody segment when he went batshit on all the security. That was pretty cool. Never seen that side of Cody. And once again, folks, in case you've got confused, we are watching season two, episodes 2 and 3 tonight. They've gone into the second season of Nitro, going into '96, which is when it really starts getting interesting. Here we go.
See if this is better. Can you see me okay and hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in crystal clear on all sides.
All right. Uh, anyway, uh, episodes 19 and 20 of the WCW Nitro. A new year for the reaction. We've done basically half the year 1995 when Nitro started. Uh, yeah, I think I heard Mr. Jacobs on my phone listening. If you guys would like to watch along, it's on season two. That in peak on Peacock they do these in seasons like season one, two, three, four. Uh, we'll be doing January 8th, 1996, episode 19. Uh, but season two, episode two, right?
Yeah.
Season two, episode two. So we now this one there's a few people that's in AEW uh, in this episode.
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
All right. Press
I'm
and
pressing
play.
play.
Let me know if you have a commercial.
No, I got luckily I went straight in.
All right. Cool.
After the first match I'll get a commercial, I bet.
Probably.
You can't have a WCW without. But I wish they had like the old commercial, like to fit in with the vibe. You know, like
Yeah,
old commercials of 1996.
those vintage commercials.
But no, this is a different setup from the 1995s.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, they changed up the whole thing at this point.
It looks really good. Charleston,
It's
South
become it's
Carolina.
become what we know now as that classic Nitro set.
You know who else is from Charleston, South Carolina?
Who is that?
Angry Grandpa.
Angry. Oh yeah, that's right.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Angry Grandpa, rest in peace.
Manga with Michael. Seen a picture of him recently with Ric Flair. I believe it was.
Yeah, I gotta
When
say, I love that dog's coat. I gotta say that first.
Wild Hog, Flat to Fly. He dresses up his dog every week. One week he was dressed up for Halloween, then Christmas, and then
Yeah,
football. Like it was like football, so he had like a little helmet.
yeah, I remember that. That was adorable. You gotta admit.
Yeah, Bobby Heenan lost his train of thought there. He's about
Yeah,
to
he
say
did. You
someone
notice
else.
that he kind of paused for a second. It's like, okay, what am I okay, okay, who now?
I've been watching the Monday Night War documentary a lot here recently, and I've been really wanting to watch WCW. Like the first episodes really made me mad, of like Bruce Pritchard saying that 83 weeks is a fluke and stuff.
Shit.
Because I watch it simultaneously, not the ones that we haven't saw, but like the first Nitro
Mm-hmm.
with the Raw that it went against, and like they were having Hulk Hogan and Macho Man in something, while WWE had Doink the Clown and the Repo Man in action.
Right.
How can you defend that? Like how was that better? I mean, I don't like Hulk Hogan, but I'd take him over to Repo Man and Doink the Clown. I mean, I hate this, but I take Marina Shafir over that. That's a lot saying that.
Well, I mean, at this time, I mean, the majority of the fans are getting tired of that whole cheesy
Yeah, in the
nonsense.
in the documentary, like you were like Kevin Nash, like you were either a clown, a dentist, a goon, or like you were someone.
Yeah,
Alex Wright.
das Wunderkind.
Yeah. Billy Jeans, that dog. I hardly doubt that dog's still alive.
I believe that dog passed away decades ago.
This is 1996.
Yeah.
If it's still alive, then that dog's lived a long life. But I really hardly doubt that dog's still alive.
If we start off with Chris Benoit and Alex Wright.
No, this should be a good one. Brian Pillman. Yeah, in the last episode we watched, wasn't last Monday, but Monday before that, the new
Hmm.
Four Horsemen finally formed. Flair, Anderson, Pillman, and Benoit.
Yep.
They who they take out? Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful.
Hmm.
Alex Wright seems like he should have been bigger than what he was.
I agree. See, that was the whole thing I thought about Alex Wright was that he was absolutely underrated. But the thing is that whenever he came into to WCW, the old heads were there. You
Yeah,
know, they were there on top, and it was kind of hard for a youngster at that point in time to get ahead in the company. And I mean, that's the truth about it all. I mean, at that time they wanted to, those the old heads wanted to keep their spot. They didn't want to pass it down or bring up the new generation. That didn't happen until probably later in WCW, once it was dying. Then you
probably
started
once.
seeing new
Yeah,
talent come in.
yeah, probably once they was fixing to go out because
Yeah,
they they had Billy Kidman, they had Jerry, they had all these new guys. That some of them became bigger stars in WWE when they bought them.
yeah.
Unfortunately, Benoit actually, Billy Kidman actually still works for WWE.
Yeah, I think he's like a producer or an agent. I'm not sure which one, but I know he works backstage.
Oh, that was good. Backflip. Sure about that, Bobby Heenan. He already said that WCW's done more for young talent than the old folks.
I mean, at that time, that wasn't true. It's not really
I
true. I
mean,
mean,
I guess this
they got
match,
TV time, but they never got pushed. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you look, I think from the first pay per view that we react to now, who's been in the main event most of the time?
The
Hulk
old
Hogan.
heads. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. I guess except the World War III when basically everyone was the main event.
Yeah.
That was good. He's good high flyers.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Alex Wright was so underrated for his time.
He's a loose cannon.
And then they changed up his character, which wasn't really that good of a character. I mean, it was all right, I guess. It was just cheesy. If I feel like they were going the WWE route when they changed his name to Berlin, and then they had a homeboy of his that was just tall, and they named him the Wall.
Who's this? Alex Wright.
Yeah, Alex Wright.
They named him the Wall.
No, they named him Berlin, and then they had that huge dude that used to be with them, that they put with them. They called him the Wall. So together they were the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, that might sound right.
Exactly, and everybody knows what happened to the Berlin Wall.
I don't know what happened to it.
It came crumbling down.
Yeah,
Oh, nice Boston crab.
everyone's giving Pillman heck. The guy in the Hulk Hogan shirt pointing
Yep.
pointing his fingers at him.
That was the thing with Pillman, man. He was so good at pissing fans off once it got into that hill. Once it got into that hill character, he was all about pissing fans off.
And a lot of people would just try to buy tickets just to get into it with them.
Yeah, he put asses in seats. And he was so good at it that you would pay to see somebody kick his ass. You know, he was that
Yeah,
good.
I think MJF's going to be that type of guy now when he finally does.
Yeah. Flying back elbow, that was cool. Alex Wright with that brilliant snap suplex. Look at Brian Pillman.
Yeah, yeah, beating the hell out of him. It's going to be
Man,
disqualified. Well, he didn't touch him, so
yeah, I
a lot
miss
of
Brian
times.
Pillman. He was awesome.
Yeah, imagine him actually coaching his son. That would have been something.
Imagine that though, because I would see like if he was alive, he'd be with his son.
Yeah, I feel like in a lot of times in wrestling today, they don't abide by the rules because, like in AEW, you'll see someone go to a table and they won't call nothing. But when they do call something,
I mean, technically, you didn't hit him with the table; you just put him through it.
well, like someone will come in the match and it's not even in the match, and like I remember,
Now that I agree with. Like if somebody just comes out and the ref doesn't really do anything about it.
especially in AEW, like we seen what was it FTR, with a gun low below Dax Harwood. They did, he
Yeah, he
looked
looked
straight
right
at,
at it.
at
He looked right dead at it. I was like,
least
dude, do you
at
not see
least
that?
at least he could have done is distracted himself from seeing it.
Exactly. He was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this spot, then I'm gonna do what
Oh,
I'm
that
supposed to
was
do.
that was good. Was it Snapdragon? Yeah, he went
Oh,
on
he
like
got him on that one.
see a lot of these moves in WCW, they're not finishers and they win by them and it catches you off guard.
Yeah.
He beat Chris Benoit.
Oh man, you see what Pillman did?
Yeah.
That's gross. You just spit on him. Pillman didn't give a damn, man. At that time, he did not care. He was gonna go full heel, and he became the talk of the whole wrestling business.
Oh yeah. Once he went to WWE, and if anyone knows what I'm talking about, him and Stone Cold.
He was so brilliant. He had WCW, ECW, and WWF at the time all bidding for him.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude, he was a smart businessman. I'll give him that.
And he showed up on all three of them too. I wasn't
Yeah,
like he should have won all three of them to make his decision.
yeah. And hey, he had the fans like, where's he gonna go?
It's kind of what a lot of people will not actually do it. They tease it online.
Yeah. And the brilliant thing about him was is that he was working the fans and the promoters because they didn't know what he was gonna where he was gonna go either. All they knew is that they wanted him there, and they were gonna offer however much money to get him there, and they were all bidding on him,
Yeah.
and he went with whoever gave him the most money.
Yeah, I got a commercial now.
Yep, me too.
I don't know what's wrong with his phone.
This is Little Caesars commercial. Oh, the dancing hamster or whatever that is.
Those Piccolo's he is. I should have brought them down. I was looking through my WCW cards today, and like I forgot I had these like Little Caesars WCW old cards that like if you bought
Oh,
Little
that's
Caesars,
cool.
you got so many cards. I got like a Goldberg, a Lex Luger, a Sting,
That's cool.
William Regal. Well, are you back for commercial?
Yeah, I
All
am.
right, all right, good. Wait, who is this guy? Yeah, this is pure Lord William Regal. He
I
was a good
remember
heel.
whenever, yeah, he was a great heel. I remember like early in the WCW days, whenever he uh he had took beautiful Bobby Heenan and turned him into a blue blood.
Mhm.
That was a long time ago. And Bobby Heenan, I mean, beautiful Bobby, he was one, not Bobby Heenan, beautiful Bobby. He was one of those. He was one of those dudes. His character was like country and all that stuff, and like he basically took beautiful Bobby and turned him into like this kind of aristocrat dude, like totally something that wasn't him. It was the whole thing. The whole angle was funny back at that time. I thought it was hilarious as a kid.
It should be an interesting matchup. Eddie Guerrero and William Regal. I remember like a lot of this William Regal, especially if he's with a good baby face, he has a really good funny like
Yeah,
some like Chris Jericho or MJF probably like
yeah.
those, especially Jericho, his stuff in WWE.
And
And
like
like in
back then, man, Lord Steven Rigger, he was like a top. He was like to me, he was always one of the top villains of WCW. Like he was a villain,
like people would dress up like he dressed up right then, but he dressed up as his actual present. Like someone from his country would dress like that,
right?
not for doing it. Like
And
Yokozuna was not from
yeah,
China. He was from like a lot of people still to this day think that he's from China and he's Samoan,
yeah, it's part of the Samoan dynasty.
but he could pull off uh, being from China or
He
Japan.
pulled it off. Nowadays, you can't do that stuff, but back then it was acceptable.
Yeah, because no one knew anything. Like they thought everything was as it is out there. Like those people out there think that William Regal's an asshole.
He plays one on TV.
Yeah, and they really think he does. Well, a lot of fans back then, especially ECW. Like I think today, like WWE is WWE, WCW is AEW, and ECW is Impact
That's a good way to put it. Yeah, I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah, that's kind of true.
because everyone snatches everyone up from ECW now, like that, like WWE and WCW did.
Yep. Or AAA, they'll take
Yeah,
luchadors from AAA.
yeah. Now Lucha Libre, so uh, like WCW snatch all the luchadors up from ECW, like everyone. With
Yeah,
Psychosis, Juventud, Rey Mysterio, Super Crazy, he snatched everyone up. And then WWE is more of like the hardcore guys, like Mick Foley, Terry
yeah,
Funk.
you see,
Chapel
if you
Bowl.
notice watching this match, they're actually wrestling.
Yeah,
It's it's not sports entertainment. They're actually wrestling.
I'm really can't wait to see. Like I've heard a documentary about it, but the Goldberg and William Regal match.
Oh, really? I want to see that. There's gonna be
Yeah,
a documentary on it.
well, there was in the Monday Night Wars.
Oh,
What?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was part of. Okay, I gotta go
Yeah,
back and see that.
and like it was a match on Nitro, Goldberg and William Regal, and they based like William Regal was had this undefeated streak. He couldn't like they were tired of him doing the same thing, like go in, spear, jackhammer, that's it. Spear, jackhammer. Then they wanted someone like William Regal who can is a really good technical wrestler to work him, and he's like you really want me to train someone on live television, and the match like I seen a few moves, and oh my god, he embarrassed
Yeah, I
him,
remember the match. I remember
and
the
and,
match.
and fans were booing Goldberg after that.
Oh yeah, he exposed him. He totally exposed him.
And like he was like, it's not even Goldberg's fault, it's management's fault for putting someone not even trained on TV.
Exactly, because I mean, he wasn't a seasoned wrestler. He was just huge and powerful. You
Just
know what I'm
really
saying? That
just
was that was the thing about Goldberg. He was just huge and powerful and had some speed to him. But as
yeah.
far as being a mat wrestler, somebody that can go down there and be technical, that really wasn't his cup of tea.
Oh, that's a unique. That was a three actually, but
Whoa! I swear that was a three, though. I swear.
I feel like when he went down, his hand accidentally hit the mat, which that's happened to me, and I should have just counted it to three, but I counted two. It's like when you go down and yeah, you gotta know. You gotta be very alert when you're a referee for sure.
Yeah.
Probably more alert than the wrestlers themselves.
Well, yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
Because if you're not,
because you have to have your eyes on everything if you're the ref.
yeah, like even the simplest stuff. Do you remember the stuff about it's not about WCW, but you remember the stuff that everyone was criticizing referees for holding the ladder for Powerhouse Hobbs or whatever.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Did you see? Did you hear or see what Bubba Ray did, Bully Ray?
No, what
Oh
happened?
my god! On the pay per view last night, I watched my friend, like Bully Ray's team versus Tommy Dreamer's team, and Bully Ray had all the referees hold him up.
Okay, that's funny.
Hit all the referees hold him up on the ladder, and then like one of the referees pushed him off the ladder. Then the referee started beating up on Bully Ray.
That's hilarious.
He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
That's pretty damn funny right there, though. I gotta say.
Someone's gonna win by
Ooh, hit him
what's
with the Judas effect. You see that?
yeah,
Regal just hit the Judas effect.
yeah. I wonder if they even man that could have recalled that back. They could really call that back when Jericho and Regal was.
Yeah.
I predict if William Regal wins, it's going to be by submission, and if Guerrero wins, it's going to be by roll up.
I totally forget how this match ended, and as a kid, I watched a whole bunch of Nitro. Actually, I was in my teen years when Nitro was around. I was like going into 14, 15.
And I wasn't even born. I wish I was around when wrestling was legit, I guess.
When everybody was watching it.
Well,
Instead of,
just seeing all, I guess my all time favorites, I guess. Like, and actually watch them in their primes.
yeah.
But also, like, when it was like, I don't know how to put it. Like, when you didn't know what was what.
If you ever get a chance to look up some of Eddie Guerrero's matches in ECW, he has some cool matches there.
Yeah, I seen a few matches in SW. There was a, I can't remember one, but I know him in well, no, that was him in Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Mysterio was there too.
Yeah, I knew it.
Oh,
Yeah,
you called that one.
yeah, I figured if he's gonna win by roll up. Yeah,
You got the three, and Regal's still beating on him. That
yeah,
was awesome. That was a pure wrestling match, though. The whole time they were
yeah,
wrestling. It was
yeah.
wrestling.
Like they do a few moves like the Judas Effect, William Regal did, or like a few moves here and there, but
It wasn't a
not
lot of high flying. There was just some mat, on the mat wrestling.
90% of the match was wrestling.
You don't see that too often today. I mean, nowadays it's spot, 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 spot.
The only wrestlers today is maybe Danielson, maybe Timothy Thatcher and Zack Sabre Jr.
Right.
I can't really think of like pure William Regal is probably one of the best of all time with technical wrestling.
Oh, I gotta agree with that one.
Got another commercial. Damn.
They got a Sonic commercial. Food's looking pretty good though. I do enjoy their cheese, their hot dogs. They're cheesy. They're what is it? Chili cheese hot dogs. Now I'm hungry.
Davis WCW was best in 1996. 1996 really set up a lot of things in WCW.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
lot of stuff.
that was the year where the whole landscape changed, the whole thing, and like that's when it became competitive.
Yeah, there was a lot of nasty turns, a lot of unprofessionalism, I guess, and
Yeah.
a lot of dirty moves.
Oh yeah, on screen and off, behind stage,
Yeah,
backstage. I mean, there was all kinds of dirty-handed tactics to get people to jump from WCW to WWE, and like on a weekly basis, you would see people
yeah,
jump from different promotions. And ECW was involved too because there would be people that would leave WWF and WCW to go to ECW, and from
yeah,
there they were going to WWF.
yeah. That's Jericho Prime.
Yeah,
I thought you two got into it last week.
right.
This thing's gonna.
See, that's the thing about Lex Luger. His character's always kind of been a two-faced kind of dude.
Yeah,
Like he'll be your friend when you're around, but when you're not around, he can care less about anybody but himself.
basically MJF was the Cody.
Exactly. Exactly. Luger is Luger is Sting's MJF.
But he was right in front of him, and then he just when he finally sees it, it bites him in the wrong
Yeah.
moment.
And that was the cool thing about their angle and their story was that it was a long term story and it spanned years.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody booing the hell out of Luger.
yeah. I'll be right back. I use the restroom.
All right. But yeah, that's what I've always thought was cool about the Sting and Luger quote unquote friendship that they had on screen was that Luger was always a heel and it's like Sting always saw the good in him. He never understood that what people were saying that Luger was an asshole. He was just his friend. And it's like, if you would notice sometimes when they come out together, like when Sting is looking at him, Luger will be giving, high fives to the fans and shaking hands. And then like Sting will turn around and Luger will be like, "Don't touch me." He was Two Faced, that character he played. It was pretty interesting though, that dynamic of their friendship. And we're back at commercial. But yeah, I mean, like around this time, this is whenever things, like I said, started getting, you know, competitive. And because of all the stuff that WCW was doing, Vince McMahon in his ivory tower was like, wait a second, we got to do something about this. Gloves are off. And then they stole a little bit of flair from ECW. They took that revolution and created attitude, I guess you can say. Because I don't care what anybody says, there wouldn't be a WWF attitude without ECW revolution. If that never happened, the attitude era would have never came to be. And I believe they got a lot of that material from ECW. Oh, he's back. Oh, there he goes again. DDP. You just think a year from now, DDP will be one of the biggest stars in WCW. And the thing is, it was amazing DDP's career because he started in his late 30s, his mid 30s. He started wrestling. I mean, before that, he had been, he was a manager and whatnot and did all stuff like that. But as far as in ring competition, he didn't start doing that until like his mid 30s. A lot of people don't know that. Of course, he was a manager a long time ago of Scott Hall when he was the Diamond Stud, and they had the Diamond Exchange, I believe it was called. It's like old time WCW. That's like early '90s, WCW. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old. Let's just get it out there. I'm old. I mean, have Sting coming out. And if you notice, he's just as over then as he is now, if not more so. Why? Because he does this and he does that.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, DDP versus Sting.
Oh yes, the thumbnail for episode 19. It should be a really good match.
Oh yeah. I was just saying, about a year or so later, DDP be one of the top stars in the place.
Yeah, he won the world title, didn't he?
Yeah,
And he's started wrestling very very late, like in his 30s. He started wrestling.
yeah. I think it was like 35 or 36 when he started. He was in it. Yeah, he was like in his mid 30s. He hung himself on the ropes.
Uh, oh, that's the most painful thing. Hitting your ribs on the end of the
Ooh,
ring. Like you'll have a black and green or blue bruise in the win.
it sucks.
Yeah, those things are not funny.
Ooh, you see that? Looked like he racked him.
Yeah,
Like he caught him
yeah.
and he caught him in midair, and DDP didn't get enough, didn't get down enough or something, or Sting
Oh,
didn't jump
damn.
high enough. You see that?
Yeah, yeah. That's gonna. This match is. I don't know. There's a lot of miscommunication in this match.
Yeah, that was a bit sloppy right there.
I know that hurt like that,
Hit him right in the balls. That sucks.
and the way he did it too.
And that's a human skull, which is really hard.
I mean,
But they're pros and they keep going like nothing happened.
yeah. See now they are so wimpy. Which if that happened, like imagine Kenny Omega doing that, like the way he does his he does that type of move. Imagine him doing that, and because
Yeah,
he does it a lot faster. Like
yeah.
feel like the faster you do it, the
The
worse it's
heart,
gonna
the
hurt.
more it hurts. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good move. I don't know what Nick Patrick is refereeing. I don't like how he sits all the way down.
yeah. I
Like,
noticed that.
like
He's got to make sure those shoulders are down.
yeah, he gets all the way.
And see, when he does that, he can't see if somebody has their foot in the rope, and he
Nope.
blocks his own vision.
I never thought of it like that way. That's a good point too. Like he blocked himself from seeing if someone's foot's on the ropes.
Exactly. I swear, man.
He did Patrick something else.
Yeah, yeah. He also became the NWO ref. I remember that.
Yeah, because the NWO had their own events at one point. Like WCW sold out, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
uh,
it sucked. Oh my god, it was a horrible pay per view. If
like
anybody was ever seen the first Sold Out, you know that pay per view sucked. The only good match in that pay per view was probably Six and Jericho.
I know there was one match with Eddie Guerrero and maybe Rey Mysterio, but it was a pretty good one. I seen
No,
that
it was Six and Eddie Guerrero. I think that was like the only good match in there.
because I was playing well out of all places WWE 2K22 like the story mode of Rey Mysterio like wanted to like the stories was this match and it was WCW sold out,
Yeah,
but like it was really packed out like on the stuff, but I don't say you could have
yeah.
a branded faction show like it'd be like the JAS having their own show. Oh my god,
I do remember at the beginning of the NWO, they rode in on freaking dumpster trucks. They had like those
yeah.
trash trucks. They rode in on those. I'm like, it was such a weird pay per view. So weird.
Like didn't they just do two of those like two branded WCW NWO shows
Yeah, and they both weren't any good, and they stopped doing it.
after two of them? They hit that.
Yeah,
This is a hard hitting match.
it really is.
Stinger is getting set loose.
Oh, a swinging neck breaker by DDP. That was pretty crisp. You see Nick Patrick how he does this count, he lays on his back and says two.
What is Sting doing on your end right now?
Right now, he's in the corner, and DDP is about to Irish rip him to the next corner, and then he reverses it. Now DDP hits him with an elbow.
What timestamp are you at?
Right now, I am at 33:14.
Yeah, we're at the same place.
Yeah, Mongo. He better come out with his toolbox.
The sharp. What is he called? The Scorpion, not the Scorpion Deathlock. Is it sharpshooter?
Yeah, it's a Scorpion Deathlock.
Scorpion Deathlock.
But it's still a sharpshooter, but that's what
He
Sting
called it.
calls it.
Is he gonna get it?
Damn.
Yep, that was it. Did Sting win on your end yet?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just yeah.
I'm about Scorpion Deathlock. That was a good match. No, was that the main event? No, it wasn't. What dang, that would have been the perfect main event. I want to know what they got planned for the main event. Because like that was a pay per view caliber match.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
All right.
All right, just had a stampede in the house.
No, Stampede.
Yeah, I just had one over here.
Yeah, I'm dreading what the main event's gonna. Well, no, it's actually. No, this might actually not be too bad.
Yeah.
Flair and Anderson versus Hogan and Savage. It shouldn't be too bad,
No.
considering Hulk Hogan's not the only one in. Clash of the Champions, Tuesday, January 23rd, on TBS. They had it on TBS. Wow,
Uh,
pay per view for free.
oh yeah, that's back when they used to do that. I used to watch the hell out of Clash of Champions. They would also do another pay per view for free. I forget which one was that. Starcade. Starcade used to be free.
I'll just do comments. Ethan Nick Patrick was a weird ref. Yeah, at times he was. He when they bought WCW, he eventually became a SmackDown referee. Uh, is Triple H still wrestling? No, he had to retire.
Yeah.
Uh, he had heart surgery or something, and it forced him to retire. But pretty much he was done with his career by then. Like there wasn't really much for him to do.
Yeah.
Like
He's running stuff backstage nowadays, pretty much.
yeah, he's still involved, but wrestling wise, no. Uh, Stinger did the Stinger Splash so good. Yeah, he's the only one that could do the Stinger Splash because there's only one Sting.
Exactly.
He became an icon and a legend. Not many people can be both.
A living legend.
Yeah. Some people can just set off for being a legend or one of the best, but he's an icon and living legend.
True fact.
I like the pyro for like behind the WCW, like what like the things that they have
Yeah.
and the pyro behind us. That's really cool. I feel
Yeah,
like
they put a lot of money into the set. That's where they put a lot of their budget.
because the WWE copied them with pyro eventually because they're the ones who started out with it,
Right.
and then WCW copied them on the big Titantron. Like that's when things was going downhill, right? When WCW did the big Titantron thing,
Hmm.
base, basically becoming. Then like didn't they bring RoboCop and
Yeah, I remember
uh,
that.
that was funny. Michael says the whole kaboom's gonna hit tonight. They're booing Ric Flair.
Yeah, of course. Why
He
wouldn't?
is
Why wouldn't you?
he is the heel. I keep on thinking Hogan's supposed to be the heel.
It kind of is.
Yeah, they'll see his true colors in a few months. No commercial.
That crowd is live and ready for the main event, though, boy.
Yeah, you got a commercial.
Yep. See, now they have all these food commercials. Keep me. Now I'm hungry. Now I
Mm.
got a KFC commercial. First it was Sonic, now KFC. They do that on purpose, just to get you to feel hungry.
Is your commercial done on your end?
Yeah, just going.
Yeah,
Yeah, just going in.
yeah. I just got it out of. I just have clothing commercials, J.C. Penney or Kohl's or some kind of clothing.
I have mostly food commercials, which is odd. 'Cause I haven't really ate anything yet.
I remember a time you didn't have any commercials, like any ads or anything, and
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. Because then the next time I had all these commercials just flooding in.
not gonna lie, I like the colors on Savage,
Yeah,
which I don't think he can go wrong with any color he wears.
he could pull it. Man, back then and before his death, he could pull anything off, dude. Anybody else would look goofy wearing it, but he was like
Yeah,
he could pull it off. You know, it's like
yeah.
Mr. T with the mohawk. Some people look silly with mohawks, but Mr. T was one of those dudes that could just pull that shit off.
Uh, that kid looks mad at Savage when they show. I guess that's who he was looking at. Fans aren't really behind Hogan,
I know they're more behind Macho than anybody.
at least in this match. So
Because
no
this is
one,
around the time where people started finding Hulk Hogan's little act cheesy.
yeah, like wasn't that we talked about this earlier, like a lot of dirty shots on both sides, WWE and WCW. But if you guys don't know, or if you know or don't know, uh, WCW like Raw was taped, and WCW. I don't know if they did it at this time, but they would go on like 5 minutes before, like their start
Hmm.
time, and like they would give out the whole results to
Yeah,
the
that
whole show.
that
And
happened a lot.
sometimes that backfired because one time they said that Mick Foley was going to win the title and they didn't believe him, so they actually watched and seen him win the title. But
I remember that night. I totally remember that night because watching WCW, and then Eric Bischoff just says, "Oh, Mick Foley's going to win the title,"
I
or
didn't believe
somebody, I
him.
forget who said
Yeah,
it, and somebody else said that's going to put some butts in the seats. And then, I
no,
mean, of course, I'm going to want to watch
yeah.
Mick Foley win the title. Of course, I'm going to want to watch. And I mean, first thing I did was click, just changed over to USA and watched the Raw.
See, they never would beat WCW in the reigns with it, but they would tick up a lot. Sometimes, like in moments like, Mick Foley beating The Rock to become the champion.
Yeah,
But at first, it killed them. And then what WWE did was like they did the parody of like Ted Turner and Hulk Hogan and Macho.
Billionaire Ted. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
and like
that.
and like have them all washed up and like old people and
Do you know what happened to the at the end of all that?
hmm,
I believe they had if I remember right, there was a match between the old Hulk Hogan and the old Macho Man, and they both ended up having a heart attack or something.
in that parody,
Yeah, in the parody.
like for real life or like
No,
just
in the parody, it was when he was doing Billionaire Ted, because the whole
wow,
thing led up to like a parody match between the
yeah,
old Hulk Hogan and the old Macho Man. And they ended up both having heart attacks.
no, wow. Hey, WCW stuck it first, so
Yeah,
but lots of people was like if they just watched WWE, like is Hogan really that washed up? So they watched WCW. Big boot.
of course. There goes the boot.
Oh, he's not even gonna get up for another boot. Oh, he took forever. Ric Flair did. Right there.
How
Body
about you
slam.
tag Macho in?
Yep, he is sitting there.
See, Hogan loves to take all that glory. That sweet glory, that's all his. Arn Anderson going timeout.
Yeah. Imagine if there
That
was
kills me when
time.
people do that in wrestling.
Imagine if there was timeouts in wrestling.
That would be crazy.
Or like I could see someone like Chris Jericho, a crazy heel, doing that. Like in order to get
Yeah.
this match, I get timeouts at all.
Yeah, that'd be one of his things that he has to have on the contract.
MJF. Oh my God. Nope. I'd be MJF. Brad. Hi all. I do as well. WCW good. Yeah, WCW was good. In its
Yeah, in
heyday.
his heyday. Yeah.
But thanks for watching, Brad. I haven't seen you comment. Normally, Mike Morris, Flair versus Steamboat was one of the best. Yeah, Flair and Steamboat one gets considered quite a few times. Uh,
Yeah, that was a classic WrestleMania match. That was probably one of the best matches ever.
I don't know if they're going to get each other in WCW ever, but I know it was a WrestleMania match. It was one.
Yeah, I believe Sting and Steamboat went against each other in WCW like
No,
way in the '90s, like a long time ago.
dude, at this point, Steamboat wasn't really wrestling as much, or
Yeah,
was it '96? He's gonna go flying.
got us a flying macho Randy Savage.
I like to see someone like this is probably stupid to see, but Andre the Giant try to do a 450 splash and see if he could actually do it.
I've done that in the video game. It's actually
Oh,
pretty
really?
awesome to see. Just give him that move and he'll do it. 'Cause I've done that before. I've given big guys in video games high flying moves. And it's just
Yeah.
entertaining to watch. It's funny just to see those big giants just flying everywhere. Oh, back elbow.
Fans are behind Flair now.
I don't know why Flair goes up there. It never works out for him.
Yeah, he always ends up falling. Yeah.
It never works out in the history of Flair wrestling. It's never worked out for him.
Uh, Hogan's
Oh
making
my
the
goodness!
double figure four.
You see, you see, Macho hooked it right in, but you see the way Hulk Hogan put the lock on. It was so weird.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good DDT by Arn Anderson from the rope.
And Hulk Hogan acting like he was needed. He didn't need you, Hulkster. And yeah, now because of Hulk Hogan being a douchebag, the ref didn't see Macho fly over the top.
Nope.
I don't know if it's this thing. You weren't around at this time, but there was once a rule in WCW that if you were thrown over the top rope, like let's say I throw you over the top rope, I get disqualified in a regular match. They had that rule. Like if like you throw somebody over the top rope, you're instantly disqualified from the match. That was like
Damn,
during the Bill Watts administration.
damn it. A lot of people nowadays get disqualified. Every match probably would. I know who Bill Watts is. Or I don't really know who he is, but I heard his name.
He was an old timey wrestler, and then he ended up pretty much running WCW before Eric Bischoff and them came in, and
Yeah. Because I remember, like in the documentary, like, basically Ted Turner said that he felt sorry for him and like how like it was going under like so many financial struggles,
yeah,
and he ended up buying it.
kind of saved WCW in a way. I mean,
Yeah, if it wasn't, it may not even be a W like as big as it was.
true, because they're getting ready to shut doors, and then Ted Turner bought into the whole thing and pretty much owned it.
Yeah, yeah, no commercial.
'Cause that's when I believe the Crockett's sold it off to Turner, and
Yeah,
Turner turned it into this big conglomerate of what it became.
yeah. It was later on like Eric Bishop didn't even think he was gonna get the job at first. I can't remember how he got that job, but it was like he was there at the right place at the right time.
He started he it was through marketing. He was a genius at marketing things. And that's kind of where they started off, where he kind of got his foot wet was marketing. And then it kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, I know. It was Bishop's idea to go ahead against WWE. Uh,
Yeah, because things before wrestling, he was marketing, children's toys and stuff like that. Like he would create kind of a marketing campaign for different things like that, and he was brilliant at marketing. I mean, you can tell that whenever he was
yeah.
put in charge. I mean, the dude knew how to market WCW.
Oh yeah, he made a lot of money for WCW.
Yeah,
The,
millions.
the NWO thing, like at first he was hated, but like even Hogan said that he would go to the malls, he would go everywhere, and you'd see either a white or black uh, NWO shirt.
Yeah, and I mean Eric Bischoff, he was. I mean, and that's the thing. A lot of people disparage Eric Bischoff, but I mean, honestly speaking, without his marketing skills, you know, and everything put in place, I mean, WCW wouldn't have been as big as it became. I mean, it was his marketing tools that got it there,
Yeah, because
and
Ted
his
Turner,
and like his tie-ins with different products and stuff like that.
because Ted Turner didn't know anything about wrestling. He just
He was a
owned it.
fan.
Yeah, basically, yeah, because they was trying front row at stuff. Him and his wife and just watching. Like he didn't know anything. He just
Yeah,
owned the network.
and he was like, you
Oh,
know what? I like wrestling. I might as well buy WCW.
that referee was very lucky. He was fixing to throw Savage, and luckily Hogan caught him. And
They would near miss.
yeah, he's about that referee is about to be done for. But yeah, I remember the phone call he made to Vince McMahon and say, "Well, Vince, we're in competition. I'm in the wrestling business."
Oh yeah, it's like, well, that's good. I'm in the wrestling business.
It, and Vince McMahon's like, "Well, we're not in the same profession. I'm in the sports entertainment business, and you're in the so-called wrestling business."
I'm in the movie business. We make movies.
Basically, yeah, and that I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't remember what that thing was called. I know where you got that from.
I think that was Beyond the Mat. I could be
Beyond that,
wrong.
yeah, I
Yeah,
got I got the VHS to that.
that's some good tag team work with Arn and Flair, though. You see how Flair kept them in place while Arn stumped them.
Yeah, some of the best tag team work. Well, combination of Tully and Arn and Flair and Arn Anderson.
Yeah,
Earlier today, I watched who was it? The Road Warriors and Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard. I wonder why they never got they could get Tully Blanchard in WCW.
I don't know. I think he was there for a little while.
Or like when I guess during this time period, like
Oh,
near
yeah, not during this time period.
yeah. I think they tried to get him at one point, but I don't I can't remember the story behind that.
Because I
Yeah,
know
he's
him and Arn Anderson were in WWF, and they were the Brain Busters.
yeah. Yeah, Hogan no sold that Flair.
He didn't sell any of that.
I can't remember where he was at, Tully Blanchard, but I believe that they asked him and he wasn't interested, so they just decided to do a new generation type thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's bull. He didn't even sell that.
He didn't sell his shit. Yeah,
And that was a damn good spot buster. He didn't even sell it.
that's when you really got to do it to him. Damn it, yeah, that's straight up.
Let's see.
It's just that's when you did not. It's a little professional, but I'd really put him down. Why do it hard? Like what happened here? A whole bunch of shenanigans are going on.
Another Dungeon of Doom is fighting is fighting the Four Horsemen.
I thought we were done with this. Now, well, at least Paul White's fixing to give it to Hogan again. Again, he getting his ass whooped by Paul White all the time.
Yep.
I mean,
And I
really.
love every bit of it.
I mean, for the past, like the first pay per view we watched, he gets ass whooped by him all the time.
Yeah, and that's when the Giant first came in. Like the Giant was there for 2 weeks, and he was already in a match with Hulk Hogan for the belt.
Yeah, like they put him right in the main event spot.
They're going into the next episode.
Are you done with the last episode?
Yep.
I'm done now. Do you have a commercial?
Not yet. Do you?
Uh,
All right, cool. I'm going right in.
but that was a pretty good episode of episode 19. That was really good.
Yeah.
Overall, the main event was pretty good for what it was. It wasn't a winner, but I really think the best match was Sting and Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, that was probably the best one.
Alex Wright and Eddie Guerrero was pretty good. Steve Regal versus I know it was Alex Wright versus who did Alex Wright go against? Chris Benoit, and then Eddie Guerrero went against uh, William Regal.
Yeah.
Every match had something to bring it. Even the main event, the teamwork by Ric Flair and Arn Anderson was something untouchable.
What time step are you on right now?
Uh, a minute. Which one are you on the right timestamp or?
Yeah, timestamp.
I'm at 116 now.
116. Okay. All right. We're caught up.
Yeah, and yes. Tonight the main event. I don't know the main event, but by the thumbnail, it's Hogan and Ming or Haku.
Yeah. It's a good crowd.
I think they're in Chicago for this. I don't know. I don't know where they're at for this one, but I heard them say something about the Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
He said, "Just let Hogan come on and take the title." And then Bobby Heenan. Like my favorite moment. I don't know what we were watching. It was a pay per view, I think, and uh, Hogan and Hogan and everybody was laid out, and it may have been when
Halloween Havoc, I
yeah,
believe.
and then he said him and Shivani was into it, and then he said uh both Hogan and Savage laid out. It couldn't happen to two better people. And he
Yeah.
started,
I believe that was Hollywood. That was Halloween Havoc.
I know I think it was when Paul White debuted or the Giant.
Yeah.
Lex Luger and Savage. They're just now like this can be a pay per view match because
Exactly.
they've been feuding for a while.
I mean, this feud has been going on now in this storyline. It's been going on for at least a good year, maybe a year and a half.
Who's the is Ric Flair the world champion at this time period?
At this time period, I don't think so.
I thought it was Randy Savage because he won it at World War III.
He went after Luger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Ric Flair is the current champion because
Okay.
the Giant kind of he didn't really win it, but then they vacated it for some weird reason. Then World War III, Savage is champion. Then Ric Flair beat Savage at Starcade. And
Okay.
then
All right. Yeah.
Flair is the current. Because I could have swore, because I knew Savage won it from World War III, so he lost it in the three way. What was it, the three corners they call it? What was your favorite feud in WCW history?
Oh, my favorite feud. Okay, let me
I'm curious
think.
to see which one you say.
Uh, damn, that's a tough one. I mean, personally, my favorite one of all time was probably the NWO versus all of WCW. That's probably my favorite feud because I mean that was the one that had me more invested into what was going on, and it wasn't just Hogan, Nash, and Hall like separate, like them together, and how they each week somebody else would join, and like the whole thing was compelling. If you hear my dog whining back here, it's because she's outside and she doesn't want to be. Anyway, but yeah, I mean that's probably my favorite. My whole favorite feud was WCW versus the or NWO versus all of WCW. And I think next to that probably you know I don't know. I mean I always thought that the whole angle between Savage and Hogan was pretty cool because it was ongoing. It was always ongoing, and it had been a thing since way before WCW.
Yeah, one of my favorites was Sting and Vader.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even Nitro era. It was 1992, 93, before like WCW really took off.
I do remember that.
I don't know if I ever said this, but one of my friends, like my first years ago, when I first started watching wrestling, he had me convinced that the WCW ring underneath the bottom was filled with ice, like pure ice, and I believed it because I was like 7 years old at that time.
Well, I mean, at that time, I mean, anything you hear about wrestling, you'll believe.
Yeah, like he told me a lot of things. If there was a ring that ice was on, like pure ice, like the whole ring was ice, it would be a hard ring.
Definitely. You wouldn't be seeing people getting slammed left and right on it, probably.
Like someone would look at it, like really bad concussion. If you ever fell on ice,
I mean, that's an instant concussion right there.
yeah, I'd like to see that though. That would be kind of entertaining.
See him slotting everywhere.
Uh, David Howe, mine was the Outsiders first came to WCW. Yeah, when they
Yeah,
first
that was
came,
pretty cool. Yeah.
because basically I was trying to make it like WWE's invading WCW's. That's what they was
Yeah.
going for.
And it worked at first because, I mean, as a kid, I thought, what's going on? Are they doing a WCW WWF invasion? Is this what's going to happen? And as a kid, I was like, hell yeah, I want to see that.
Yeah, because like they were like, you know who we are, like not really saying
But
Diesel
you
and
don't know why we're here.
yeah, that's probably the most famous catchphrase by Scott Hall in
Yeah.
WCW.
You
Then
want a
eventually,
war? You got one.
oh yeah, he got some height on that flying elbow. He didn't get it, but
Oh man,
he didn't
he got
connect.
a
But
lot of air on that.
torture. Is he going to beat Savage? No, it's like it'd be painful. Yeah, because
Oh, it is.
then you tell me, but damn, he beat him.
Oh yeah, you're gonna tap out the torture rack.
Because I remember you telling me that you've been in that. Uh, damn, he's still not letting go
It is not. It is not comfortable at all. There's a reason why it's called the torture rack.
because it's torture.
It is torture.
I can't believe he beat him fair. He beat him clean.
Yep, beat him clean.
Yep. But I mean, he didn't point it out. But that would have been a good flying forearm if he would have. No, it was a pretty good
Jeez.
match.
Yeah. See how high Macho Man jumped on that elbow drop? My goodness.
Yeah, if he would have connected, that would probably been one of the best of all time.
Yeah.
Commercial.
Yep, I'm going into one too. See again with the food. The loaded tots from Domino's looks pretty awesome though. Yes, I used to make loaded tots all the time. Now they're selling them.
That
I wish I came up with that. Started selling the mugs.
then took me out of this episode.
It took you out.
Yeah, it took me to the January 22nd
Hmm.
because it like I'm watching Ric Flair and Savage. We just watched Savage and Luger.
Huh.
Well, I have a longer.
I'll pause until you get back to where you were.
Yeah, because when I'm back on the when I'm supposed to be on, and I got a long. Well, only 45 seconds now.
All right. So you're back on where we were.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for this commercial to end.
Okay.
From the comments and us too. What was your favorite commercial back in these days, like 1996? Like, was it Slim Jim? Was it I don't know, like that all kinds of cool commercials.
I was always into those Slim Jim commercials. I'm not
Uh,
gonna lie, man.
yeah,
Because of Macho Man, I got hooked on Slim Jims.
he probably made him a lot of money over the years, just
Oh
by
yeah,
his.
definitely.
Oh, yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Yeah,
Is
what
the
we got
Dungeon of
here?
Doom coming out?
Yep, Taskmaster.
It's Hugh Morris. They're all coming out. You got the One Man Gang,
Damn, and the Giant.
Giant, Zodiac Man, and the
Who
Four
are these?
Horsemen coming out together.
All these people? Damn, that's a faction to be. That's an unstoppable faction.
Yeah, on paper, yes.
You got the Giant and One Man Gang in the same. When did you win the United States title? Maybe on the Saturday night thing.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not even sure when he won it.
Because the last time I remember, Mark Mero was, or was it just television? I can't remember, but he beat Diamond Dallas Page for the title.
Yeah, they're having a Dungeon of Doom Four Horsemen merger.
Yeah, because everybody said it was going to be a tag match. Uh,
Oh, I remember this. Oh, I remember this. I think this is when Arn Anderson slaps the hell out of uh Pillman. I'm not sure if this is the one, but I do remember him slapping the mess out of Pillman because he wouldn't shut up. So Arn's saying, if I ain't getting paid, I ain't doing it.
Congruent style and profile. They're basically working together now. Uh, he called killing a punk.
Oh yeah, this is it. Okay, watch this.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Damn.
He slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Gene Okerlund went crazy. He slapped that
Oh, that
hard.
was great. So you hear that? Oh
Gene
man,
Okerlund went crazy when
I remember the first time I seen that part when I was young. I could not stop laughing. I could not stop.
he he slapped that taste out of him.
Look at Pillman. He
Oh,
looks so pissed off, but he ain't gonna do a damn thing.
Gene Okerlund said, he said, "What the hell is going on?"
I love how Arn looked before he slapped him. He's like, "Damn, gets on my damn nerves." He knocked a couple of earrings off of him. Oh man, that was hilarious.
He slapped the taste out of him. Like, you could hear that.
Yeah. Oh
That should be
boy,
that should be a good
Public
match.
Enemy.
Public Enemy versus the American Males.
I remember whenever the APA beat the snot out of Public Enemy.
Yeah, APA beat the hell out of a lot of teams.
The thing is, nobody heard from them after that. After APA whooped their ass, I mean, in
was,
WWF, they
was
were
that when
nowhere else to be seen.
was that when they purchased WCW? Or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, a lot of people at JBL took out of wrestling because he scared them off. Called the close on from hell for a reason. Uh,
Definitely.
these guys are like, yeah, this is the '90s, so South Philly.
They look goofy, but I'm telling you, back in ECW, there were some killers.
This would be an interesting match, but I feel like this match isn't gonna be a winner. Someone's gonna do something. I don't feel like
Yeah.
this match is gonna have a clear winner. Because
We're probably
sometimes,
gonna see a table spot.
because sometimes in WCW, like they'll have these matches just for someone to come out and like, kind of like when Razor Ramon or Scott Hall debuted. Like there was a match going on, they just stopped the whole match when he came out, and they
I believe
stopped.
Scotty Riggs was wrestling in that match too.
Yeah, and they stopped the whole match, and like there were comments to do that a lot in WCW.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It was a young Buff Bagwell.
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's kind of sad to watch, but it's funny. It's this video of Buff Bagwell singing the American Males song, and he's sitting there just in the top hat, and there's about five people in the room, and they're all singing the American Males song.
Yeah, that.
It was
Yeah,
kind
that
of
does.
sad.
Yeah, that don't sound good. Was this like recent or?
Yeah, it was recent. You can look it up on YouTube. He's it was I guess a meet and greet, and there wasn't really a lot of people there, but for
Damn,
some reason he was sitting there singing the theme song to American Males, and there was like about there was a handful of people in the room singing with him. I was like, all right.
that's sad because they don't have a lot of people.
Yeah.
Philly street fight. I was at a yeah, I said I was at the wrestling convention this past weekend. MJF and I believe it was Ruby Soho. A fan paid her to slap their chest.
Oh, okay. I've seen that before. That's pretty cool.
I've seen DDP do it a few times to some fans.
I know people that have done that with Ric Flair. They paid Ric Flair money for him to give them a chop.
Yeah, I like JBL, the one that I'd probably like to see a fan do it too. A lot of people underestimated him early on.
Yeah,
And we gained a
that was a nice,
subscriber.
huh?
We gained a subscriber during this live stream.
Awesome.
328. I don't know who it was, but thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, we completely appreciate that.
The guy in the ring with the long hair, he looks like Balls Mahoney, or
Yeah, yeah, he does.
they both do really.
I think that's Rocco Rock is the one on the outside. And Johnny Grunge is on the inside.
Buff Bagwell was supposed to have the hot tag, but maybe taking them both out right now.
It's a dropkick party.
Clothesline, clothesline.
Oh, that was a nice power slam.
Damn, he took them both out for a while. You're not gonna roll him. Well, maybe you will. Yeah. Oh, that was
Yeah,
so
well,
sloppy.
he managed to do it.
Oh man,
Yeah, it was pretty sloppy.
it looked good at first, but
Oh, he got him.
damn it,
Wow.
rolled him over. Wow, damn, he's still.
And Buff still attacked him.
He just. Where's his partner going? What? You close on him. Why are you attacking him?
Okay, the internet to this match is just kind of off.
Where does his partner go? You just leave. You
He's
just
out there
left.
somewhere.
Yeah, that. I mean, Nitro is. I don't know.
They're gonna pull out a table. There it is. I knew it.
Because Buff Bagwell closed on him, and then he started beating up. Should be the other way. This is gonna hurt.
It's like
Either,
somebody's office table.
but yeah, like this look like kind of like the Japan tables.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
They don't break. Well, if they
Yeah,
do, someone or two
yeah,
of
them
them.
Japanese tables are thick, man.
And they're long too. Especially in New Japan.
Yeah,
If you ever see them go to what, I don't know
double decker,
what is this going to lead to.
a double decker.
Please put them through it, not just set it up there.
That's what I'm saying. Like Public Enemy, they came from ECW, so a lot of this is
Oh wow,
was what they did in ECW.
this isn't going to end well. This is the
If
end.
you look closely, you can see the crack in the table where it's supposed to break.
Oh shoot, this is going to be it.
Oh,
Damn,
that was pretty cool.
he took him out. Wow, that hurt. That's not your normal tables,
A double decker.
especially the size of him coming down
Yeah.
on you. Yeah, that took him out. He's going to be out for a few weeks after that.
There was a lot of weight coming down.
Yeah, because in WCW you don't really see that type of stuff like this. At least in this
Yeah.
era, you don't see that type of stuff. Like Sabu was on uh, 95 he was in WCW. He did the table stuff.
Yeah,
Now I didn't know they were in ECW, the Public Enemy, which I didn't really know much about them.
I believe this is when they left ECW and they got and they signed with WCW like not too long after.
Them boys. I got a commercial that someone just said them boys. You probably don't know who the Briscoes are, but this is probably a time when Eric Bischoff goes on a spree of signing all the ECW guys.
Yeah, that and he got some people from Japan also.
Yeah, he's W. Golly, he signed all the luchadors. He's already got Eddie Guerrero and Benoit. Jericho will be coming up pretty soon, probably. He got Dean
Sandman
Malenko.
also goes along in WCW, but they changed his name to Hack.
Nah, you can't do that. The Hack.
Yeah, they changed his name to Hack.
Was it like this still the same gimmick or something different?
Yeah, same gimmick except when he came to WCW, he had to get rid of the beer. He couldn't come out with the beer, but
Uh,
he kept or and the beer and the cigarettes, but he kept the cane.
that then he smacked
That's the only
himself
thing
in
they
the
ever
head.
let him come down with.
At least the cane, because that's what he's known. Like if you don't see him smacking himself with in the head with the
Yeah,
kendo stick, he's probably one of the
kind of a
rudest.
watered down version. It was kind of a watered down version of the Sandman, pretty much.
He's probably one of the rudest wrestlers you can ever meet. I hate to say.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I met him one time. It was 2018. It was a while ago, but
I always heard he was cool.
yeah, I've only met a handful of rude wrestlers. Not many I've encountered who's been super rude.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've never met any rude wrestlers. I've heard a lot of stories from different people who have met wrestlers that are completely rude to them. I've never had one of those encounters myself.
The main one for me is probably Titus O'Neil. On TV, he just puts on for TV.
I think you told me about this one. Yeah.
Yeah, he people doesn't know the story. Basically, I went to WrestleMania Access in Orlando. Uh, my uncle who's handicapped. If you follow my AEW fan guy, you'll probably see these pictures. But me and my uncle, he's in a wheelchair, and he had to go through the handicap line through the meet and greet like that, the regular line, the handicap line, because before they have set up, you can't get a wheelchair through there. But like after like every so often, like 30 minutes or prior, like they do some autographs for the I guess normal fans and for the handicap line. Then they would come down and Tyson O'Neill literally said, "Do I really have to come down?" Like he did not want to sign autographs for the handicap people. He
Well, that's a
said
dick move.
he said he said, "Can't they just go in?" He literally said, "Can't they just go into another line?"
No, Titus. That's the reason why that line was made.
Yeah, like every
That's rude
sign.
as hell, man.
And
That
then on
sucks.
TV, he's on like a lot of this community stuff with like you know uh, children with like cancer or all these
Yeah.
organizations, but in real life, he's not. I don't know. It may just been a bad day, but
Mm.
once he said that, we still met him, but he was the only wrestler that was rude that whole weekend. What is Sting doing here? He's in moves I never seen him do before.
I know, right?
Sting.
And that's another thing, and that's a notable mention going back to like our favorite rivalries and stuff, our favorite feuds. That's another one. It's Sting and Flair. Like
Yeah.
that feud right there was always fire.
This could be the main event for a world title on any pay per view.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. Every time they had a match, it's like their story would progress. They had an actual story between them two. You know what I'm saying? That was the cool thing
Yeah,
about Sting and Flair is that they had a real rivalry, a real story.
I know there's one story. I haven't seen the matches, but I've always heard it was a good story, and I've seen like highlights. But Sting and Vampiro, Crow Sting,
Yeah.
he never fails. I'm going. That was just in the last episode. He goes through a top rope, and
Yeah, it never works out for him. Never does. You would
Shawn
think he would
Michaels.
figure it out.
Shawn Michaels is that same thing, like the Irish whip into the turnbuckle, and
Yeah.
I don't even know. Basically, just flops, like oversells it. Really,
Yeah. The Flair flop.
Shawn Michaels is the only person I know that does that besides Ric Flair.
I think I've seen Regal do it once.
Yeah, Regal. No, that's smart. Flair thumbed Sting in the eyeballs, and then Sting still had a grip of Ric Flair's hair.
Yeah. Making sure he doesn't go anywhere. He can't see for temporarily, so make sure he's not going anywhere.
And they would just start reaching, and see what you can find, just hold on to it.
Smart. Ooh, that was a good chop.
Yeah, Ric Flair's got the best chops. One of the best.
Oh, good shot to the gut.
Yeah, that looked pretty stiff. Hmm. Hey, Bischoff calling all the WCW celebrity fans. Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley. Like, they had a lot of celebrities on WCW. It was
He's
almost
the
like
only
a
real. Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
it was almost like a celebration every week. Like you'll see, like one week we saw Charles Barkley, then like out of anyone RoboCop. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, like there was always something going on big on WCW.
I remember Chucky was once on that was
Yeah,
on WCW.
it was a Halloween Havoc, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because NXT recently, not recently,
Yeah.
but
Actually,
yeah,
it was with his dad first, and then they did it again on NXT with Braun.
no, that was cool.
Yeah. Because I think at the time, when it was his dad, they were promoting. I want to say Brado Chucky. I think they were promoting Brado Chucky, and they had that whole tie-in. And when they did it with Breaker, I think they were promoting the TV series of Chucky
Yeah,
or the new movie that was coming out. They were both out, the new movie and the TV series at the same time. So
Super Brawl. No, that'll be the next pay per view we react to.
Super Brawl.
February 11th, Sunday. I gotta call my cable company to order it. But still,
Yep, check your local listings.
if I actually called them, I actually called and I said I wanted to order it. I'll be right.
All right. Super Brawl. I remember they used to make such a big deal in those commercials, those WCW commercials. It was kind of like watching the monster truck commercial. How they'll hype you up to go see the monster truck show. It's kind of the same feeling. Oh, Rick Flair with his foot on the ropes. And look at the referee, man. He's angled to where he cannot even see it. Now he looks up and sees his feet. Nick Patrick, man. He was he was such a goofy referee. One of the dumbest referees, I'd say. For some reason, at this point in time in WCW, the referees they were so stupid. You see the way Jimmy ran over there? He was like Fred Flintstone bowling. Oh man. I don't know if you saw this, but Jimmy Hart ran and kicked Sting. And the way he ran, it looked like Fred Flintstone when he bowls.
Oh,
He does little twinkle toes.
mhm. So with that, I let my dog out.
I know how that is.
If I wouldn't, it'd been a mess. Yeah.
Been there.
Damn, they gave this match basically the entire TV remaining
Yeah.
matches that we had so far. The tag match. Um,
Yeah, I think
Luger and Savage.
yeah, that was the first one, then the tag, and then
This seems
this
like a
one.
pay per
Cause
view caliber show because two big
yeah,
matches and Sting and Flair and Luger and Savage. That's two pay per view caliber matches.
yeah,
You had the I guess lower card with the tag.
and you got it for free on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
That was Nitro, man. You got pay-per-view shows for free every week.
While on WWE, we're getting the Stalker versus the Repo Man or the Goon versus Doink the Clown or
The Goon. I totally forgot about the Goon. Oh man, he used to
his
have the blades on when he wrestled
hockey
too. I
stick.
forgot.
Yeah, he in his Titantron, his music video thing. He like they showed him going on skates and he'd bring out the hockey puck thing and hit people with it.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember what was his name? Max Moon. Remember
Yeah,
him? he used to he used to
yeah.
come out and at first they had this whole thing to where he had a jetpack and like whenever he would get on the steps, he would just hop and press these little buttons on the jetpack and smoke come out. And he would
Do
just
you
like
know?
do a bunny hop up the stairs while he's pressing the button. It was so stupid.
Do you know who Max Moon really is?
He was originally played by Conan,
Yeah,
and then he quit, and then they put in somebody else.
I don't
Yeah,
blame you.
that's
I
true.
wouldn't. I wouldn't have played that character. Hey, I'd play a hillbilly before I did that, or I do something else.
Be a Godwin.
I'd be part of the hillbilly fan with Hillbilly Jim. People forget
Yeah, Hillbilly Jim. He was cool.
he was actually a really good wrestler. If you watch his wrestling stuff, he could actually really wrestle.
Yeah, he was dope. And Doink the Clown too. As silly as the gimmick was, the dude that played Doink was a legit wrestler.
Yeah,
Matt
I heard that
Bourne, he was legit.
he died to was it concussions or
I'm not sure how he died.
I remember his
I've had a few
family.
different stories.
Remember his family suing WWE or I don't. I forget what all that was about.
I
But
heard overdose. I've heard a few different ways of how he passed away. I'm not even sure how.
I know the original died. But
Yeah.
there was so many people who played Doink the Clown.
Yeah, I think they had like at least 3 or 4 people play him.
The uh, Yeah, this is gonna be good for Jimmy Hart. He's looking to get knocked down, isn't he?
I'm sure
Ah,
he is.
who was you trying to? Did he hit Sting? Yeah, that looks sloppy.
That
I don't know who he hit really. I think it was intended to be Sting, but
I think so.
he's gonna cost Sting the match.
See what Luger's up to.
He won by
He
pinfall.
hit Sting. He
The
hit Sting. See, I told you, Luger. See, I told you. You watch what Luger does, man. Watch his moves. Watch his actions. His true colors do show through. You just gotta watch.
I don't know what's going on here.
Here, Luger. He's my friend. If
Wait,
you looked at that, he hit Sting right in the back of the head.
wait. So he was about to hit Flair, and then him and Flair's on the same page all of a sudden on the outside. They're both running together. But I believe
See,
that
Luger.
yeah, he was intending to hit Sting, but
Oh, he hit Sting. He meant to hit Sting. If you look at it, he hit Sting dead in the back of the head. As soon as he hit the corner, he hit Sting. And as soon see this thing, as soon as Luger got it from Jimmy, he hit the corner as soon as Sting and Flair did. And Sting was on the outs the opposite side. He's the one that got hit with the megaphone. So technically, if you look at it, it looks like pretty much Luger meant to hit Sting on the slide. That was some good camera work, though. I gotta say that was a well done shot. How you saw
yeah.
it all happen.
Now, what do you think? You didn't know where the stupid. Well, Sally is right. Should have woke up months ago.
And Sting's like, "Well, he's my friend, though. He didn't mean to hit me."
Yeah, what are you talking about? I know what they're gonna do. I haven't seen any of this, but I'm predicting that what they're gonna do is like they're gonna mess with the film. Like they're gonna edit it in a way that it doesn't look like Luger hit Sting. Like Luger's going to, then he's still gonna go along with Luger.
He's he says Sting is acting. He's like, "Luger, what? He's my friend. He wouldn't hit me." I gotta say, man, that was a well done shot at the end of the match. Whenever he got hit, that was well done. I mean, you can clearly see Luger hit him in the back of the head.
No, it doesn't have Hulk Hogan's name on it.
And the truth is, if he was gonna hit Flair, all he would have had to do was just hold the megaphone into the corner and let Flair run into it.
Yeah. Bob Winkle.
So here we go with Hulk Hogan. It should be mine. It should be mine. Wham, wham. My name is on the title, brother. Yeah, that Sting and Luger feud, that was always compelling because Sting always wanted to see the best in Luger. He never saw that Luger was a
Yep.
douchebag until it
Dave
was too late. You know,
Yeah, Davis says Sting and Luger feud was crazy. Yeah, a lot of denial by Sting.
and it's relatable because I think we've all had that one person that we should have been hanging around with,
Yeah,
but we didn't notice how much of a dick they were until we got to see it with our own two eyes. We didn't realize how douchey they can be, and it's the
yeah.
same thing. I think it's relatable.
Like you have this friend that basically like Sting, like in denial, like
Yeah,
Luger, he hit me for real. Nah,
just like, man, you shouldn't hang around with him. No, he's my friend. I'm gonna hang around with him. you know,
yeah,
that's the way. It's pretty much how it is. We've all gone through it.
um, yeah. That was basically, yeah. Let's read something else.
Yeah,
But basically, we said earlier, MJF and Cody when like it finally hit Cody when he cost him the world title.
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
It wasn't as long as this one probably is. This how long they did it with Luger and Sting, but
Yeah.
we got a commercial.
Yep, I do too. Got a Subway commercial. You see, I keep getting all these food commercials back to back.
I just got something of diet carrots. You getting the good commercials? All right, I'm. Are you back yet?
Not yet.
Let me know when you're back.
All right, I'm back.
All right. WCW Saturday night.
At 6:05 on TBS.
Yeah, that's what AEW Collision was going to be.
Yep.
They changed everything of Collision now. Have you heard about
Yeah.
the Collision stuff?
Yeah, it's gonna be on Saturday nights now, right?
Yep. It was supposed to be like the BC show. It was going to start at 6:05, but they changed everything about it.
Hmm.
Basically, Warner Media did WB
Yeah.
since well, it's not WCW related, but they want CM Punk back on Saturday night to start the show. And
That makes sense.
Collision was only going to be an hour, but WB is going to give it 2 hours weekly.
Oh, okay.
Collision 2 hours every Saturday night. Uh, with CM Punk as the headliner, and they want uh apparently like they've already demanded a few matches from CM. Like they're like if the network says it's going to happen, it's happening.
Hell
Like
yeah. What they
it's
say
happening.
goes.
Like Tony, I mean, obviously Tony Khan wants CM Punk back because they've always had a good relationship even before AEW started.
Yeah. I
But
mean, that's what it is. If the network wants it, it's going down, or you're not on the air.
I think the network knows who the draws are because they keep up with that.
yeah.
And now it's been months since CM Punk's been gone, and they're seeing who's the draws. And Jericho and Moxley are good, but Jericho's a legend. He'll always be a legend. Jericho will be,
Yeah.
but he just can't draw. I mean, I hate to say it, but with them all working together, like Punk and everyone, they could. But all the rumors of WB is going to cancel AEW should be shot down. If like they're wanting to give AEW 2 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
They're giving them free TV basically.
pretty much. Okay, this is the main event. Okay, Hulk Hogan versus Ming.
Damn, Sullivan beating the hell out of Hogan.
I
Yeah, so,
think I've
but
mentioned this before, but I've always thought it was funny that Kellen Sullivan hated Hulk Hogan so much
divorce.
that he wore his colors.
Like that could have been the most heelish thing they could have done. Like all this time, Hogan was working with Sullivan,
yeah,
and no one pointed it out. That could have been a story.
I remember one of the funniest things I ever heard him say was whenever Hulk Hogan and Kevin Nash and Scott Hall they all formed the NWO, and not too long after that, they were doing like an interview somewhere. I don't know if it was backstage or what. But Kevin Sullivan was so mad. He was like, "I wanted to kill Hulkamania, and he turned around and did it himself."
Yeah, he wanted to kill it.
He said, "I wanted to be the one to put Hulkamania down."
I'm gonna look that up.
It's hilarious. This is pretty hilarious.
But all the CM Punk stuff and Collision, and we'll be talking about that a lot Wednesday Dynamite for
Oh,
sure.
oh yeah, definitely.
Sometimes it gets heated on Wednesdays, so
That's a good thing.
yeah, it can get heated with topics that we talk about sometimes.
All friendly debates, but
Yeah,
it's good. It's good content.
it never goes per. I don't say it goes personal. It doesn't go too
No,
far.
no.
I'm excited for Collision now because it was only going to be an hour. Now it's 2 hours weekly. So two shows, Dynamite Collision, 2 hours. That's four. That's two shows. That's 2 hours.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited for that myself. I mean, that's more opportunity for more people to get TV time that need it.
then there's still Rampage. So it's 5 hours of weekly TV.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got Mean Whooping Hulk Hogan. Uh,
And Kevin Sullivan taking his free shots when he gets a chance.
Yeah, he's always like when the ref's not looking, he's always over there hitting Hogan or pulling his hair.
Oh, me going to the top. Oh,
Yeah, nothing but
you missed with the flying head, but
doing nothing but face planted on the mat. I can sense the Hulkamania running wild. There's the
run through your
clothesline.
veins, brother.
There's the clothesline. There's the weak punches.
He's gonna set up for the big boot eventually.
Uh, cheap shot by Ming. Where does he have a chain?
Oh,
Yep, here we go.
did he have that pick that he uses? He probably put it back in his pants. Hulk Hogan barely sells it. Anybody
Oh,
else would have been on 3 count, but Hulk Hogan didn't sell on that.
what's gonna happen here? Savage.
Savage booted. I mean, Sullivan booted Savage right in the face.
Yeah, yeah, you got him right in the face. Is he gonna hit? Uh-oh.
Well, Hogan wins clean.
There, he won clean. He hit Sullivan. Why is well, yeah. I was gonna say why Savage out there, but Savage was the one that. Well, why didn't he beat up Sullivan?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Sullivan was a brilliant mastermind. I'll give you that, Davis.
Yeah, Sullivan was a great mastermind. Yeah, at that point, in this time period, like that was that. It was almost like a cartoonish, almost like cartoonish, but you see it in a movie back then, like the Legion of Doom. He was like
Yeah,
moving like like the Ninja Turtles. Who was the villain? Shredder,
Yeah, Shredder.
kind of like that. Uh, Very creative mind.
You notice how Kogan using that spike?
The Yeah, that was pretty much it for episode 20. And
Yeah,
a few more seconds.
that was a great show. Both of them, I enjoyed them both. I forgot how
Yeah,
awesome Nitro was.
yeah. Episode 19 had what was it? Guerrero and Regal Benoit versus
Yep.
Alex Wright. And this one, the best match was probably for me Lex Luger and Randy Savage.
Yeah,
But
that
but
was an awesome match.
but I don't know. Sting and Ric Flair was good. Oh, and Sting and DDP from the other episode. That was a pretty good episode
Yeah,
too. Good match. I mean, yeah, that was pretty much it for our WCW reaction. We did episode 19 and 20. Within 20, we've exited 20 episodes now of Nitro.
awesome. I knew we did. I knew we did a handful of. I haven't went back and counted how many episodes we've done yet.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I haven't watched, like, this is the most I've ever watched, like, in order. Uh, yeah, that was pretty much it for our WCW reaction. We'll be back tomorrow for our Talking Elite with host Wayne. Uh, talk's gonna be, I believe it's wrestling entrances, like, I think the talk's gonna be about wrestling entrances, like WrestleMania entrances and Triple H's entrances uh, to basically like all time wrestling entrances. Like I'm pretty sure a lot of it's gonna be Triple H WrestleMania entrances
Yeah,
because he has some of the best entrances, especially at WrestleMania.
definitely. That sounds
And
awesome.
of course Wednesday Dynamite, Thursday ROH, Friday Rampage. But yeah, definitely check out our links in the description below: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, and Podbean. Spotify and Podbean has got a lot of new content uploaded. I believe probably at least 7 new uploads in the last week or so.
Oh,
Uh,
great.
it's definitely getting updated a lot more now. Uh, yeah, I would recommend going and checking that out. While it's up to date. Don't subscribe down below if you haven't. We're at three. Make sure we're still at 328 and make sure no one's unsubscribed. Because I know that
Hmm.
happened one time. Yeah, we're still at 328. So thank you to the person who subscribed during this stream. Uh,
Yeah, most definitely.
yeah, our goal is 500 before the year's over with. 328 already. Yeah, uh, that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Talking Elite.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Peace.